What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Anthony Sain Show. This is, of course, Anthony Sain here with my man, Kenny Stubblefield, way on the other side of the World Wide Web. Kenny, what's going on, my brother?
My brother, you good?
Man, I'm good, man. Long day. Long days ahead, man, but it's good to be alive.
It's
I'm just
good
trying
to
to
be
stay
alive.
alive and stay on Channel 5, Kenny Stubblefield. Hard times out here in the city, man. Hard times for a brother, for sure. We'll talk about that and more. We're going to talk about how hard things are inside the same brain later on today. We'll talk about that. We have a very busy show today, man. We have my man, Parish Sharkey, of course.
Let's go.
Of Bluff City Media, the Grizzlies beat writer for Bluff City Media. And also, very special guest, my man, Hunter Havoc, Kenny Stubblefield, one of our very first guests in 901 Wrestling. He's joined us today. Hadn't been on in a long time. Hasn't been in the ring in a long time in 901 Wrestling. Hunter Havoc will join us later on in the show. But, of course, Hunter Havoc calls himself the king of Memphis, and he's a very large man in the city of Memphis. But he is not as large.
No, he's not.
He is a man who made his debut here in the city of Memphis. That is Mr. Zachary Edey. Had his first game for the Memphis Grizzlies. I was overjoyed at what I saw. And something that I don't even think was – I wouldn't even call this a good game, actually. This is a game where you could tell this was somebody's first NBA game. But Zach Edey had a very impressive game, 14 points, 15 rebounds, 4 block shots in his debut. Against the Utah Jazz Summer League team, playing against Walker Kessler. Walker Kessler, a third-year NBA veteran, all-rookie first team, one of the better shot blockers in the entire NBA, rim protectors in Walker Kessler, a guy who definitely was should have been a matchup problem for Zach Edey, but Zach Edey was able to pretty much do whatever he wanted. On the ball, off the ball, on both ends of the court, he's able to do his thing. Kenny, I hate to jump the gun, but I'm going to say this right now. Zach Edey will be the best center we've seen in this Grizz Next Gen era. He's going to be better than Steven Adams. He's going to be better than Jonas Valanciunas. I don't think it's going to be close. I
agree.
Come on, man. Like, for real. Like, he's going to be the best center of that era. And let me just leave it at that. Leave it at that, man.
We just retired his number, and let's leave that for just
gonna leave it at that. I ain't saying nothing, man. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I mean, but Zach Edey he's got the potential to be a special player, man. You're talking about an elite level screen setter, a guy who got 4 blocks easy. He got 4 blocks basically standing flat on his feet,
doing nothing.
You know what I mean? Yeah, 15 rebounds. Come on, man. Like, it can get scary, man, with Zach Edey. I was super excited. Like I said, a lot of the things that people were worried about, I saw no reason for worry. He looked very smooth on the court. He was able to run up and down the court very well. Yeah, man. I'm bro. I don't know. They got a game tonight. We're recording this on Tuesday. I don't know. I assume he's not playing tonight.
I would expect him with that ankle, with that little ankle tweak. I'm sure they'll
playing these back-to-back games. I don't think they'll play him. But I've seen people talk about should they shut him down for good. No, don't sign me up for that. This man is not playing, Olympic basketball to play in the summer league. So to focus on that. So let him play.
Yeah.
Especially the guy who's, you're trying to get acclimated to NBA speed. Let him get out there as much as he can. Let him have a bad game. You know what I mean? So I'm down for all those type of things. I'm super excited about it, man. Man, bro. Like,
hey, let me ask you a question. Do we know what Zach Edey's have we seen game film of him shooting any outside jumpers at all? Like no. I'm not talking about 3-point shots. I'm talking like mid-range, kind of pick and pop type stuff.
I think it's there, man. And he's a guy who, when you look at Zach, I remember I had this conversation with Jason and John. And Jason was saying, well, Edey's the guy that's going to want the ball. I think Zach Edey is going to be whatever you need him to be. Because yesterday's game was a totally different experience for him than what he's used to. And I didn't see him looking upset. It just looked like he was just, okay, man, I'm in the league. This is what I'm here for. Let's go win the basketball game. Yeah. And like I said, he definitely could have got a lot more touches because I was getting so pissed off. Like, bro, pass this dude. This dude set a hellified screen. Do the wraparound pass. Feed that man. It just wasn't happening.
Imagine he plays with NBA guards, right? Yep. Like when he plays with legitimate. And I want to say this. And say this again, we mentioned this a lot last year too. Scottie Pippen Jr. is not a legitimate NBA. He's not going to get run, right? Like he's a good guard. He's good. But in terms of like being a legitimate point guard, he's not.
Yeah, he's not.
He's not. And that's okay. That's fine. Like, let him go do his thing. But imagine him playing with guards that know how to, like, thread bounce passes and get the ball into the paint. Entry passes. And, yeah.
And we saw, go ahead.
Even placements, like he was doing a staggered, like, dive to the basket. Once he would set a pick, he would let the guard get around because they can't. I mean, they literally, his picks are so strong and so big.
He's making dudes disappear.
Scottie Pippen Jr. was able to turn corners and get to the basket, right? Imagine when that's Ja Morant, number one. Imagine it's gonna be crazy. But what he was doing is he would hesitate for a half beat and stagger to the basket and go. Imagine a wraparound bounce pass straight to his chest or even up lob next to the rim. That's all day if he wants it.
Yep.
And he was getting passes at his knees. He was getting passes over here. And it was just like, we see what we saw. And that was with guards that are not at the level of what he's going to play with in a few months.
And we only saw him guarded by Walker Kessler. He's a 7'1" big man himself, big body guy himself. He's gonna get matched up against some guys who are not gonna be anywhere close to being able to deal with him at all.
He's gonna match up against a Daniel Tice in New Orleans.
Yeah, he's gonna match up against Derek Lively.
Lively in Dallas.
It's gonna be they're gonna be starting big men that can't deal with him. Like, period. Period.
Yeah.
This guy's taller than Rudy Gobert, man.
Yeah.
He's gonna tower over Rudy Gobert.
He's about the same height as Wemby, right?
Yeah, him and Wemby about the same height. Hey,
and he weighs like 100 pounds more than Wemby.
I ain't got nothing to say, man. If you can look at this game and not be excited or not feel like, bro, we got the big man we need, hey, good luck to you, man. I don't know what to tell you.
You either don't know ball or you know ball way better than us.
Well, exactly. Or you just want to be a contrarian for real, because you should be excited after what you saw. Because like I said, it wasn't even a good game. Like, he just kind of went through the motions and had an easy 14 and 15 with very few touches. You know what I mean? And yeah, it's scary though, man. It's scary.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, tip in. Come on, man. Go ahead.
The one thing that I appreciate about a big man, and especially a rookie big man, is his recoverability on offense. Right? There was one play where he had the ball in the paint, he went up, and Kessler blocked his shot. Right? What did he do? Doug got the ball back up and yammed it on him. Like, those are the kind of, like, those are things that as a rookie you are not supposed to be able to do against third-year starting centers in the league, right? And I know Walker Kessler's not an elite level big, but he is an elite level rim protector. He is an elite rim protector in the league.
Yep.
And
we saw that. He blocked this shot a few times.
He blocked it at least 2 times.
Yep.
And he recovered every time on it. Like, I nothing but positives from that game.
Oh,
nothing.
Yeah. I ain't gonna. I'm elated, bro. Like, for real elated. For sure. Well, yeah, man, I'm a sharing this joy with my boy Parish Sharkey. When we come back from the break, it's gonna be time for the sit down with Sain with my boy Parish Sharkey. Like you guys see each and every Wednesday here on the Anthony Sain Show. We're gonna take a break when we come back. Like I said, my boy Parish Sharkey coming up next. We got Hunter Havoc from 901 Wrestling making his debut. Man, the man been gone for at least a year. He's coming back. Big return coming on July 20th to the Black Lodge. We'll talk about that and more here on the Anthony Sain Show. We'll see you guys in a minute.
It was fun. It was fun to watch the first one.
It was entertaining.
Yeah.
Some of the things, I always say this, are some of the things that someone is doing now, can it translate to the role that they're going to play when they get with the rest of the basketball team? And it was nice to see guys be able to do some of those things. Most importantly in it all was just watching Zach Edey out there. And it was good to see him play. See him to play against Walker Kessler, a big that has played NBA minutes, still a young guy. He wasn't out there playing against another college guy, a guy that he could dominate who doesn't know the NBA game at all. It was nice to see him be solid against a guy who also has size and athleticism. And so it was. I thought it was a good first showing for the big fella.
Tune in to the Night Court podcast with your hosts, Rob Fisher and Brevin Knight, on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
I don't know, man. I really don't. Because last week I was very much team, all right, let's go get another big. Let's get another scoring wing. I still think, as our boy Anthony Sain says, we need to ditch some of these boneless wings because it's just dead money. You know, you got 18, 19 million tied up across Jitty, Zaire, Laravia. If you look at like our core, right? Because when it comes to the playoff time, your lineup shrinks and you've probably got 8 or 9 guys that you run out there every night. I don't know that there's a better top 8 or 9 guys that we could find. Like, that's out there available in free agency. Exactly. Because like, I don't know. We don't know exactly what we have because we've been so injury riddled these last couple of years. I mean, Luke, if we can stay healthy, we can run this back with a restructured Luke Kennard. And I think it's smart for both people that have like to stay for Luke to stay in Memphis, right? I think it's smart for the Grizzlies because we need the shooting. It's smart for Luke Kennard because, buddy, we're fixing to be on a championship run and you can be a major contributor to that. That's it, man. Like,
tune into the Daily Grind with your host, Loot Hatmaker, every Monday through Friday at 7:30 a.m. live on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
All right, y'all. Welcome back to the Anthony Sain Show. Got my guy Parish Sharkey, Bluff City Media beat writer for the Memphis Grizzlies. My guy Parish, what's going on, bro?
What they do, man? Got basketball again.
Man, we got basketball again. At the time you guys are watching this, the Memphis Grizzlies would have played 2 summer league games. We've only seen 1 at the time of this recording. It was a great game, Parish Sharkey. A great night to see Zach Edey, the Grizzlies' number 9 pick in the draft. Really looked like a real NBA center out there for real. Looking like that guy for sure, man. There are some ups and there are some downs to the game. I talked about some of these with Kenny already as well. But we'll chop it up some more here. Definitely excited to see what Zach Edey could do and how easy he seemed to be doing what he was doing. It wasn't even a great Zach Edey game. It was a pretty much going through the motions game. Still finished with, I think, 14 and 15 on the game and maybe 3 blocks or something like that.
4 blocks.
4 blocks on the game. Yeah. So, and it wasn't like he came to, oh man, like Zach Edey was dominant, but he put up a very good game. And we really saw signs of what everyone should have seen when the Grizzlies took him at 9. What are your overall thoughts on Zach Edey's game last night in general?
Yeah, man, great game. I had the pleasure of walk writing for the game last night. So actually definitely enjoyable to write for that. The tip in at the end, Jake LaRavia with the perfect miss. And Zach Edey with the tip in just had me like, oh wow, I can't believe like it's just all wow stuff. But not only was, like him, the 14 points efficiency, he shot 7 for 12. Also, welcome to NBA moment for him because he's used to getting foul calls. He played for the Grizzlies now. Well, we don't get foul calls. So welcome. Right. So he got to get used to that. That's different from college, but he played through that, right? When Jacob Rafer got pushed down, he was the muscle man, came in and not necessarily pushed through, but moved in the way. And the guy, I forgot his name, he decided to back down, right? So enjoyed that. Also, just seeing how his game, I was mostly paying attention to, okay, we know he's dominant as a post guy. I want to see how his game will mesh with
he's not getting
the role. With the role he's going to have to play when he actually get with the team. And that's how he was played last night. And he excelled at it. And even when he didn't block shots, he altered a lot of shots at the rim. And seeing him go against Walker Kessler, a guy that we wanted over Jake LaRavia in that draft, who we wanted to try to trade for, it's like, oh, yeah, I'm glad we got Zach Edey now. Right? Because that matchup, and Walker Kessler didn't do bad throughout the game, but seeing Zach Edey in that matchup, he did well for himself in that matchup. And even in one, I think Walker Kessler blocked his shot. He got the ball right back and dunked on him. Like, it's like, I just, that tenacity, that wherewithal to really just know his place on the court, man. Zach Edey has it. Like, and of course in summer league, we could be overreacting, but I saw him win back-to-back player of the years in college. That first game, it showed me like, okay, his game definitely could translate to the NBA. And he won against a third-year NBA center who's been a starter in the NBA. So 15 rebounds, 14 points, 4 blocks with all those alter shots. Also, I remember a play early in the game, he had assisted Jake LaRavia where they passing the ball post, they ran some type of action. Perfect dump off pass to Jake. It showed me like, okay, he may have some playmaking ability. So, hey, enjoyed everything I saw from him.
Well, you talked about overreactions, right? Everybody has their summer league overreactions. He had a good game. He had a very good game last night. Well, the other night when you guys are watching this, but what would have swung you in the other direction? What would have made you feel like, okay, I'm a little concerned about Zach Edey? What are some things that we didn't see that probably would have made you like, okay, now I'm a little worried about whether he can be your starting center next year or not.
It was more as though those intangibles, seeing him play off the ball, he said some great screens. If I saw he couldn't set the screen, something small as that. Defensively was like my biggest before we even came close to even talking about drafting him during the when we was kind of out on him talking about now on Zach Edey earlier this year when during the season. It was defensively that I was really more worried about. He kind of shut it up for me yesterday because I know, and I think we had to learn too, like. No center could guard a guard one-on-one. If you do a switch off and he got to guard,
you getting killed.
Yeah. Joey and B getting killed on it. So we need to stop with the unrealisticness of teams going to attack that. But I saw him like when they tried to go to the basket, hey, ain't nobody getting no shots at the rim with him down there, right? He's not just tall. He's actually tall and they actually affected shots. So if it was anything that would have swung me the other direction, it would have been him not showing those things that he would be called to do on the actual Memphis Grizzlies roster.
Yeah. My thing with him that I was most impressed with was the fact that he looked a lot mobile than I thought he would be. Like, I think he killed any concerns with it. As far as like getting up and down the court, he didn't look tired at all. You saw he had the little ankle tweak and he's ready to get back in the game. Even after that. Yeah, it's like a lot of the, and it seems like he's slimmed down. It seems like his condition has got a little better just in a few weeks since we last saw him in the NCAA tournament. So, like I said, a few months, but like I said, I'm really impressed, man, and I'm really impressed. Like, I really think he's going to be fine day one starting center, and I think he's going to dominate a lot of dudes, man. Because because I've seen a lot of people say, well, what is Walker Kessler really? I mean, Walker Kessler is one of the better defensive big men in the NBA, and I saw other people saying, like, don't forget, man, like, if you're talking about old school basketball and like true centers, Walker Kessler's a pretty big dude, 7'1". He's a pretty heavy guy as well. That's one of the few guys in the league that are actually going to go in there and do those things with him. They're going to get dirty with him, and he was killing them. I mean, and Zach wasn't even getting the ball, and he still was working Walker Kessler, right? You know what I mean? He outplayed a third-year all-rookie first-team FIBA basketball team making, one of the better rim protectors in the league, and he was cooking them. And I think anybody who has any concerns, any worries about Zach Edey, I think all those should have died last night, or better yet, Monday night when you saw that game. Let's move on to some other stuff, some concerns, right?
I love it.
GG Jackson, everybody's starting small forward, all these things. Shout out to my boy Chris Ingram, who's been pushing the GG at the 3 campaign. I've always thought my whole thing with the whole thing has always been this: if Marcus Smart's on this team, he's going to start. That's happening. I just think that's a wild conversation. I just kind of know how these things work, right? If Marcus Smart is on the Grizzlies team, he's going to be the starter. He's going to be at that other guard, at the third guard spot, or the small forward spot, or whatever you want to call it. Baines, a small forward, whatever you're saying. Marcus Smart's going to be that guy, in my opinion. But with that being said, GG Jackson last night, 0 of 10 from 3, had fans chirping at him. All these type of things for GG Jackson. What are your thoughts on the game he had? And I'll say this: GG looked real fluid and smooth yesterday. His ball handle looked a little tighter. His ability to get to the cup looked a little tighter. Had trouble finishing around the rim a few times, and he was 0 of 10 for 3. What are your thoughts on that game? Does it move you one way or another as far as GG Jackson is concerned?
I mean, I saw what he did on the NBA court against NBA competition.
Right.
I'm not worried about him. I wrote in my game recap. I really thought GG, in my opinion, he had a pretty good game. He shot over 10. He shot 6 for 10. He shot 6 for 20. He shot 6 for 10 outside of 3. So that means he literally just missed all his threes. And a lot of those threes were open and in rhythm of what he shot he would normally take. It just wasn't his night. Shout out to him for still taking those attempts, right? It's summer league. That's what you're supposed to do, right? So I had absolutely no problem with GG's game. I thought defensively he looked pretty well. I thought as a team they looked good in defense in general, but defensively he made plays. Offensively, he tended to make the right play when he wasn't jacking the 3. But like I said, most of those threes were in rhythm. So I don't have too much of a concern on that end. Free throws was my biggest concern. He missed like his first 4 free throws, and he ended up shooting 4 for 8. He ended up hitting the clutch one. So he reminded me, I made a tweet saying, so he's basically like Shaq. Basically, it's like free throws the whole game, but then make them when they count, right? So that's what worried me really the most. And it's like he really wasn't just a good free throw shooter last year either. So it's like, all right, here we go, Memphis and free throws. So free throws was my biggest thing with him. Everything else, I mean, he went over 10, he kept jacking them, but most of them were in rhythm. He was just off. That happens. As a matter of fact, the whole team was off. Him and Jake LaRavia and Shaden Wells all combined to shoot 2 for 22 from 3.
Another thing about GG too, and I say this all the time, is that he's one of those guys where I'm gonna see if this makes sense. If I can make sense of what I'm trying to say, his game has to be tight to be good. Like he can't get busy doing too many things. Like if he, as long as he's kind of playing within himself and he's playing a tight game where he's like, I'm gonna do this, this, and this. As long as I'm not trying to do too many things, because they really simplified his game last year, and I really think it helped him out, right? And I think that I'm not sure, because in years past we've always had this thing where we let guys just in the G League, in the summer league, their second season, hey, just go do star player stuff, right? And I think Gigi's got that potential, but I think it's kind of a perfect storm for kind of the looseness that we saw last night, where it's like Gigi's getting all this buzz. Fans are drooling over Gigi. There's the people pushing. He should be the small forward. This is the guy we've always needed. But we got to make sure Gigi's ready mentally, not just physically, for those type of things. And he's still a very mental, immature player at times. And I think that like yesterday, he was just super loose. Like he didn't have a tight game at all. But the thing about that is, if he had made 4 of those 10 threes or 5 of them, we've been talking about a 30-point game, and we've been talking about different things tonight. So if he just made the last one, that was the game for the game. Right. The game winning. The game, But that's when you talk about shot making and missing shots sometimes changes your total perception of how good somebody's game was. Going back to that too, with Zach Edey. Zach Edey deserved to win that game, especially in that. He deserved to score that last basket, man. We were up.
That last steal when Jaden Wells got it, I was like, bro, Zach Edey right there. He right there. He threw it to the corner to GG. I was like, dang,
dude just doing too much. And speaking of doing too much, bro. Speaking of doing too much, my brother. I know we all know him. We all love him. He has a very familiar family name. I do not see Scottie Pippen Jr. the same way y'all do. I'm sorry. I think he's a very good player, right? But like we've got this fetish over like making guys be other guys here in Memphis, right? You know what I mean? It's like we've had 2 or 3 Zebos.
Yeah.
We've had 2 or 3 Zebos, right? You know what I mean? We've had, just a million Tony Allens,
Speaking of that, not to mean to cut you off, but shout out to Kenny Lofton, bro. Shout out to Kenny Lofton. Bro lost hella weight. I didn't recognize him.
Well, did he just get a haircut? He didn't look small.
No, he looked smiling to me. He looked smiling to me.
That boy had that bounce. That boy was dunking and shit.
I was like, dog.
He definitely was playing above the rim a little bit more, because we didn't even see him in the classic, we didn't see none of it really. We just saw him, kind of, but yeah. But now, man, here's my thing with Scottie Pippen Jr. It's like we're trying to make him this, that's the Tyus replacement, right? And like and what makes me pull out the little bit of hair I got on my head left, man, more than anything, is that Grizzly fans who are fans of a team that have an elite level point guard that talk and stress so much about who the backup is. Bro, there are 48 minutes available in the NBA game. I want Ja Morant playing about 35 of them bitches, bro. Like, I don't care who,
And we got Marcus Smart.
Right. I don't care about who plays the other 13 minutes for Ja Morant. Like, whoever. Desmond Bane, you can do it. Marcus Smart, you can do it. Just allow Ja to sit down somewhere. And it's like we have like this fetish, like, he's the next Tyus Jones. That dude's game is nothing like Tyus Jones. That dude does not value the basketball the way that Tyus Jones does. He's not the level of playmaker like that. He is a undersized scoring guard who has some point guard abilities. He's no better of a point guard than Marcus Smart is, just being honest with you. Like, he looks the part, but if you actually watch what he's doing on the court, the way that he did not know how to use Zach Edey at all, a point guard knows. Like, regardless of a true point guard knows. You'll see when you see Ja play with Zach Edey, like Zach Edey would have probably had 30 last night playing with a real point guard. Like I said, I'm not here to trash Scottie Pippen Jr., but it's like we've kind of champion him with this weird kind of excitement. But I'm like, bro, that dude is not going to play for us, bro. Like, there are people who are still, oh, he's definitely gonna be the backup point guard. No, he's not. He's not. I mean, you know what I mean? You got 15 guys that are gonna be in your active roster, and Scottie Pippen Jr. would not be one of those guys. You know what I mean? They're not. He's on a 2-way contract, and they're not gonna burn up his 2-way contract with him playing games in November. They'll play him if they need him or when guys need to rest or whatever. Like, he's not going to be getting minutes like that. But it's like our fans really, and I think he's a good player. I'm not saying he's bad. I think he's a really good player. But it's like we're giving him labels that's not going to be the case. Like, Scottie Pippen Jr. is not going to be your backup point guard. It'll be some by committee thing of Marcus Smart and Desmond Bane. That's what most teams do, because Scottie Pippen Jr., he can't really play the 2. He's too little. He's a good defender, but he's not really a 2 guard. You don't want to see lineups with him and Ja Morant out there. And I'm sorry, if I'm already trying to figure out how I'm going to play Luke Kennard, I definitely don't give a damn about trying to make sure Scottie Pippen Jr. gets minutes on this team, on a team that's got Vince, Desmond Bane, Marcus Smart, and Luke Kennard. I'm not trying to find minutes for Scottie Pippen Jr. off of the ball to play along with the Ja Morant or somebody. So that's my little rant. What it is like, because I had a conversation with a guy yesterday, right? Because I put out a very true statement in my opinion. I said that Scottie Pippen Jr. to me is a poor man's Mike Conley. He's short. He's about 6 feet tall. He can defend pretty good. He's a scoring point guard. He can play make a little bit, but that's not his thing. Mike Conley was never this floor general, sit everybody up point guard. There was a lot of passes Mike Conley could not make. Like, he just couldn't. Go back and look at when Mike Miller played for our team. Most of his assists were not coming from Mike Conley. But anyway, that's just not who Mike is. Mike has always been a non-elite scoring guard. That's what he's been his entire career. He was never a scorer like the Damian Lillards and Steph Curry, those type of guys. He was a Kyrie Irving, all those type of guys. He's always a lower tier scoring point guard, right? Yeah, right. And that's what Scottie Pippen Jr. is. Then the guy was like, "Oh, he's more like a Tyus to me. He's like Tyus if Tyus played defense and could score more." I was like, "Okay, that's not Tyus though, bro. That's poor man's Mike Conley." Like what I just said. It's like we got this weird Tyus Jones fetish, bro. And I've seen fans, "Oh, we need to bring Tyus back now." We do not need to bring Tyus Jones back, bro. I don't think people understand like the 48-minute rule, bro. You have 48 minutes per position to use, and there's never a situation where I want Vince Williams, Desmond Bane, and Marcus Smart sitting so I can look at a Ja Morant, Tyus Jones lineup. I don't want to see that at all, bro. And I understand that if Ja Morant gets hurt, Tyus Jones is a very, solid guy that can come in and play starter games for us, right? But bro, if Ja Morant's out for a long period of time, our season's over. Like I don't really care about, because Tyus Jones ain't the answer. You know what I mean? So
and also if he's out for a short period of time, Marcus Smart can play point guard. He started at point guard for the Celtics.
It's so weird, man. And I think Tyus Jones is a great player. That's not taking them down as a player, but there's only so many things you can do. There's only so many guys you can play. Like with this whole fifth center thing, everybody's talking fifth big. I'm like, bro, like your fifth big is not going to be. I don't know. Which I think one of the names people are saying, it's not going to be. I don't know, bro. Like
I know everybody got taken now. Tice taken.
Your fifth big is like just barely in the league, bro. Like because even people say, well, Daniel Tice would be a good fifth big. I was saying that till I realized Daniel Tice is playing like 20-something minutes a game. We don't have 20-something minutes a game for Daniel Tice to play. We just don't. You know what I mean? So it's just we're just super emotional right now about finding these guys something to do. I don't really have anything on Jalen Wells. Wasn't making shots. Shot looked pretty bad at times, but I think he'll be fine. He'll be all right. He's a guy who's, he had to make an adjustment to adjust to D1 college basketball. So he's gonna have to make an adjustment to the speed and not being as open as he was in college, and that little move he makes didn't free him up as much as he did in college. All those things gonna be an adjustment for him, but he's definitely gonna be a work in progress. Cam Spencer was good. I liked how he looked. Knocking down shots, you know what I mean? So. Whatever. Transitioning though, like I said, we don't know how the Grizzlies will look in game 2, which happens tonight. We're recording this before that game started. But I will say this, as far as NBA free agency is concerned, what are your thoughts on the general how the aprons are affecting everything, how teams just don't have the money. Like a mid-level exception, people think, and shout out to the Grizzlies for being ahead of the curve, you know what I mean, for being stingy with the MLE, right?
Mm-hmm.
Teams aren't even spending the MLE right now because of these aprons. They're looking more towards sign and trade type situations. It's crazy, man. And this is something that a lot of people were doing some the sky is falling stuff during the season, letting y'all know, hey, it's not going to be like what y'all think. Teams are going to have to move smarter, right? And we're definitely seeing it, man. Free agency died. Like, teams are like, you're not even getting this MLE. And like, poor Luke Kennard, man. That man, the Grizzlies opt out of his contract, and there's really nothing they can do. Like, his value, like, you might get Luke Kennard right now for $5-6 million a year.
Yeah.
Which is a 66% decrease than what he was making at first. Come on, man. Like, this is wild. But what are your thoughts on all that type of stuff?
Oh yeah, it's definitely handicapped the league. When free agency started, normally free agency start, we already hear about moves that's being made before it even officially start. Then as soon as it officially start,
a bunch of MLE moves, bro. The MLE was teams to throw that out like it was nothing to do.
Yeah, this year it was a random end of the bench guy got signed first, like 10 minutes after the free agency officially started. Then the rest of the night, it just blah blah. Then I had made a tweet, I think Wednesday or something, when Kyle Anderson signed with Golden State. It was like the biggest signing that day. I was like, bro, when Kyle Anderson's the biggest signing of the day, where's football?
Golden State is gonna be so ass, bro. The highlight of them dudes summer was signing 2 Grizzlies we let go of 2 years ago.
Man,
that's on their third team in 3 years now. But 3 years.
So yeah, it's slim pickings out here. I saw Gary Trent Jr. wanted $18 million.
Still out there.
Again, you might get $18 million over 3 years at this point, but not in 1 year.
4.
Right.
Yeah, man, it's crazy.
You got Boston. Boston paid everybody. Then the owners put the team up for sale. Like they went.
Yeah, man, exactly. Them folks said we finna go into the mega apron, and I'm selling this hoe.
Bro. The Clippers let Paul George go and start signing the all criminal team. Like,
right. Let me get some of these dudes on a jail discount.
So yeah,
Miles Bridges was like, oh, okay, this is what we doing. Oh shit, okay, LA. They not like us,
right?
Sacramento was like, all right, bro. Well, let me get whatever splash we got left. DeMar DeRozan, come on, you don't make me. Let's go get the mid-range king. We need shooting
on the discount.
But it's wild, bro.
Oh, it's funny,
wild.
Man.
And I'm gonna say this, man. I'm not mad at what the Grizzlies are doing because, like I said, teams that aren't in either one of those aprons, they're gonna have the ball to play with. They can move a lot freer. You know what I mean? Especially these teams, because man, I think part of that second apron thing is that you automatically it automatically puts you at the back of the draft. So the teams that aren't in those aprons are all going to be ahead of you regardless of standings. Did you saw that? Part of that second apron thing, I might be wrong. Kenny, you can check this out. I might be wrong, but a part of it is if you're a repeated second apron team, like you automatically go to the end of the draft in your round.
But what if a sorry team? It's a repeat because there are some sorry teams.
You know what I'm saying?
On the papers.
I might be wrong, bro.
Dang.
I might be totally misinterpreting that joint. But man, that's the way it read to me.
Oh,
but yeah, man. But yeah, like I said, it's a lot going on. I'm excited about the Zach Edey era. Me and Kenny talked about this a little bit earlier in the show. It's going down, man. I'm down for all of it. Ja Morant also was clear today that he's back for on-court activities. Man, it's going down, bro, because the stuff I see with Zach Edey, I'm like, yeah, Ja knows how to turn that into a bucket. And if you think about this, man, there were so many times when Steven Adams was here, right? Where Steven Adams, where Ja would give him a good pass, and it would either end up in him getting fouled and missing free throws, or he just couldn't score the bucket, right?
Yep.
With Zach Edey, bro, he can score the bucket and he can make free throws. Bro, I hate to like shoot for the moon with this. I would not be shocked if Zach Edey gives you a 15-10 season as a rookie, bro. And I'm thinking that could be freaking easy to do. Like, I would not. I mean, for real though.
Yeah, that's very possible.
Come on, man. Like, for real though.
Very possible.
What's up, Ken?
So let me read this to you guys. This is wild. The second apron stuff.
Yeah, this second apron shit crazy, bro.
Let me just read it to you. I want to clarify it because there's. I think I know what you read, but I want to clarify it real quick. This is coming from Bobby Marks. All right, this is the range of draft pick penalties if they exceed the second apron. The number one is they have a frozen first round pick. If a team finishes with their salary cap exceeding the second apron, they're in the.
If you've exceeded the second apron, all right?
Right, the 190 million for the upcoming season. Their first round pick in the 7th draft following the infringement will be frozen. That means that the pick cannot be traded. All right. So then to unfreeze the pick, you have to, if the team manages to stay below the second apron in at least 3 of the 4 subsequent seasons following the one in which the infringement occurred, the pick will become unfrozen and can be traded once again. Now, this is what you're talking about. Finally, if the team after exceeding the second apron continues to exceed the second apron in 2 of the 4 subsequent seasons, their frozen first round pick will move to the end of the first round. This means that it will become the 30th pick apart from the remaining untradeable.
Regardless of where you finish it.
So that's why we saw random trade when like Minnesota traded a 2031 first to move into the top 10 with San Antonio. And I was like,
that's why what's the name is still on our roster. That's why Zaire and Edey are still on our roster because it took 3 second-round picks to move Tim fucking Hardaway, bro, who can actually play basketball. Imagine what it would take to move freaking Zaire Williams. Teams like, nah, man, this cap space is not free, homie, for real.
This is the Killian Hayes effect right here. Like this is why,
bro.
Except in Detroit. Except in Detroit.
I'm not knocking nothing the Grizzlies are doing. You better be smart with your cap space right now.
Man, that is why I did not know that. That's crazy.
And the fact that you got Gigi and Vince on the contracts they own, and then you know that the salary cap is going to increase 10% every year. Yeah, bro. It's that they say that once in a couple of years it's going to relieve itself again because it's going to be, that 10% increase is going to make a little bit more room.
Increasing. Yeah.
But you better be smart, man. You cannot just be the teams out here just signing dudes. Because you remember last year, like the Lakers just mid-level exception, sign this guy in the space, sign this guy for the taxpayers exception. They had all these guys they were signing. Man, that shit and you see it don't work. That shit does not work, bro. That shit does not work. You just making all these signings just to be making signings. You better have some smart dudes up there. You're gonna be looking dumb. Wow. But yeah, man. We're about to take a break, man. When we come back, I don't know what we're doing. What we doing? The 3-pointer, right? Yeah.
3-pointer. Yep.
3-pointer, man. Here on the Edge of the Sain show. Parish, appreciate you, my brother. We'll see y'all in a minute. Y'all come check it out. We'll be back.
I think people knew, at least towards the end of the year, Penny mentioned his mom being sick and battling throat cancer, I think it was, and different things. But like, he really opened up about it. I don't know that anybody knew about his mom having a stroke mid-season, leaves a shoot around, goes home to find his mom on the floor, and then had to basically leave her to still go coach a game.
It's crazy.
Like I can't, it puts things into perspective. It's just like some things are more important than basketball. And so, yeah, to your point of him being distracted or focused on taking care of or the health of his mother, like totally understandable. So no wonder a part of him probably feels personally attacked. I think if that had been out, and I'm not saying he should have put that out, like totally his family,
absolutely not.
Privacy, whatever. I'm just saying, had it been out and people known that, I think he would have been given a lot more slack for what had occurred during the season.
Tune in to Tigers Untapped with TJ Willis and Trey Lasley every Wednesday at 3 p.m. on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
And it's the reason why I believe that they just went positional need. They went team need with Zach Edey. And it ended up being controversial, but only because it was the 9th pick. If they would have made that pick at 14 and traded back and took Edey, it would not be controversial. But it's controversial because you took it at 9. And it's only controversial because nobody mocked it there, and that's all we look at is mock drafts. But they went positional need. They needed a center. They loved Edey. They got Edey at 9. They just took him. It was just sometimes it's just as simple as that. So, but what that allows them to, I think it's a vote of confidence in Brandon Clark too.
Yeah.
Tune in to the $2 Sports Show with Rusty Witten and Drew Gann every Friday at 3 p.m. only on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
All right, y'all. Welcome back to the Anthony Sain Show. Time for the 3-pointer where we talk about 3 things going on in the world of sports. It's on a brother mind, man. Number 1, Kenny, we try to avoid this lady at all costs. We just can't do it, Kenny.
It's impossible.
It's impossible. Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Now we have to talk about the Rookie of the Year race, right?
So can I tee this up? Because you've been in conversations for quite a while. I've seen you on Twitter, a lot of conversations. Some people are saying, how could you not, like, Caitlin Clark's the runaway Rookie of the Year?
This is not true.
And that can't be true, right? Like, all I'm hearing about is what Angel Reese is doing, setting WNBA records for most double-doubles by a rookie, consecutive double-doubles by, not even by a rookie, just consecutive period.
I think it's period, yeah.
Yeah, and Caitlin Clark obviously got the first triple-double for a rookie in the WNBA last week. I mean, it can't be a clear-cut choice, right? Like,
no, their numbers are too close. And you got swing stats. Both of them have swing stats, right?
Right.
But they're both having incredible seasons. And I think that Angel Reese is having a overperforming season where she's being better than expected. And I'm okay with saying that Caitlin Clark has not been as good as I thought she would be this year. Like,
yeah.
I thought she probably averaged close to 18, 19, 20 a game. Thought she'd be shooting the ball a lot better. Her turnovers are pretty bad. I want to say she maybe leads the league in assists, maybe, but she's definitely not looking like a standout player like a lot of people thought she would be. She's been very good. I'm not acting like she hadn't been incredible, but she's definitely not. I didn't have her to the point where I said, well, she'll be, taking over the league type stuff. But I thought that she would look a little more of a problem. You know what I mean, as far as offensively, she just hasn't looked like that at all.
I think we need to stamp the fact that ain't nobody taking over the league until Asia Wilson leaves.
Oh, that's for sure. I mean, but there are other guards that are kicking ass too.
Right.
Better than Caitlin Clark. But like I said, do I think she's having a phenomenal year? Cool, yes. But I just don't. I'm a little underwhelmed as far as what she's actually doing on the court.
Do you think a part of it is the fact that she has the ball in her hands a lot? Like
she did in college too, though. But
I mean, we're talking different levels.
I just thought that she would be more of a. I thought we would see more like. I thought we would see a 30-something, damn near 40-point game. Where she got 8, 9 threes. I thought we would see at least one of those. We just haven't seen it yet. Angel Reese has really impressed me, especially for where she got drafted. I did not think that she'd have this much offensive ability so far.
Yeah,
and she's definitely putting up numbers. She's been on a nice little run. I'm excited to see it, man. The game needs this. The game needed Angel to kind of catch up as far as having an actually good season, and now them being in a Rookie of the Year race just makes it even that much better. Yeah. Somebody called me a dirty old man, Kenny Stubblefield.
Why? I mean, they're not wrong, but like, why did they call you that?
Wrong, but hey, but not for this case. You know what I mean?
Not for this. I can give you. Hey,
it's so funny, man, because the person who said it is only tweeted 5 times in like 5 or 6 years. I was their 5th tweet ever.
Hey, DM me. I'll send you a list of dirty old man things Sain has done, but not
for a price.
For a price, yeah.
No, but it was a picture of Angel Reese, right? And I was like, Slim Sexy that came back, bro. You know what I'm saying? For real.
What did Angel Reese and Asia Wilson?
Yeah, I used them. I quoted. It was a picture of Angel, but I quoted with a picture of Asia and Angel. Because I ain't gonna lie, man. I don't know if this is Paul's word or what, but the shorts rolled up with the leg sleeve. I don't know how you can make a leg sleeve sexy, but but the long leg sleeve with the shorts rolled up, that shit look good on Angel and Asia. That's their shit. They look good with that shit.
I saw somebody tweet out something, a picture of Angel Reese walking into the arena, and they said, "Would you take $10,000 or a date with Angel Reese?" And I was like, "Y'all are some weirdos, bro. Like, y'all gotta stop with this stuff, man."
She's sexy though, bro. Like I prefer a thicker woman. I don't mind a tall woman. I'm 6'4", I'm 6'3". I can deal with it. But right. So I use it like a thicker, more curvaceous woman. But hey, she bad though. Her and Angel is super bad for real. But anyway, somebody came at me. Was like, it was like, yeah, this is a 40-year-old talking about 2 19-year-olds. I was like, well, they're actually 22 and 27, ma'am. So
Oh, was it a woman that said it?
I'd assume. I think it was a lady. I don't know. Whoever it was, I was like, hey, whoever you are,
Hey,
you're
man.
22 and 27. Just
Yeah.
because I see somebody look good, but I mean I would date a 22-year-old girl. I would not date I wouldn't date a
Right.
27-year-old.
Like,
my
what we
point
talking
is,
about?
It look good. I mean, come on, man. Call me whatever you want to call me. Sick, freak, whatever. I'll take it. Whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
But number 2, man, my boy Ed Scott.
Whew.
Shout out to shout out to brothers whose jobs come with a performance bonus. Shout out to my boy Ed Scott. News came out that in the event that Ed Scott, the new AD of the University of Memphis, is if he's able to get the University of Memphis to a major conference, to a power conference, the U of M will pay a $250,000 bonus to Ed Scott. I thought that was a funny story. First of all, I was like, it couldn't get a brother $1 million. Like, y'all spend that much on catering.
No, that was my initial thought was only $250K.
Bro, all the time we've been trying to get to a big. If that brother get us in, surely y'all can get that man more than $250,000.
Come on. That might be like $250K from like
On
the
paper.
school, but
Yeah, on
like,
paper.
come on.
Yeah, if that man get us into a big conference, man, we need to just go on $2 million at least, man.
Break the bank off, man. What are we talking about?
Something.
Everything
Man, watch
increases.
that brother do it, man. Watch that brother get us in there.
Hey, listen, I'm already seeing some things. He ain't even here yet. And I found out we talked about it. Someone was asking me, like, is he going to be here or is he staying here? Has he started already? He's not starting until July 29th. That's the first. His first date is July 29th. He's already got some dudes up out of here, bro.
That's good. It's good news.
Hey, listen. I want to be respectful.
Man, be respectful, bro.
I'm not unhappy about this.
I bet we'll talk out there.
Yeah, man.
Type
I'm
shit.
excited. Listen, but I'm happy with the fact he said it in the press conference. He said, "I've got a ton of quality people that when I make the phone call and introduce them to Memphis, they'll want to come to Memphis." I'm like, man, more power to you, Ed Scott. Bring them here,
Hey,
man.
get their ass out of there. Get these bombs out of here, man. For real.
Let's go, man. Fresh blood, new blood.
I got
Let's
a name
go.
I say, but I probably go to hell if I say get his ass up out of here too. If I say,
Yeah. Let's talk about that off air.
get the freak, the old freak. What's his name? No, he didn't have a team job with the team. There's a freaky ass old man that let hang around the game. You know what I'm talking about?
The scoreboard guy.
Yeah, get your freak ass up out of there, man. For real.
Is he like no? I mean, this is like not meant to be just. Is he still alive?
Yeah, I blocked this freak ass on Twitter not too long ago. Like, man, get your candy man ass. Anyway, bro. Anyway, shout out to my boy Ed Scott, man. Brother trying to get a Christmas bonus.
Let's go. Christmas
Let's get it, bro. Get us in the Big East, big dog. I mean,
You
get
ever
us
watch-
not the Big East. No, get us in the
ACC.
Yeah, get us in
Yeah.
ACC, bro.
You ever seen National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation with Chevy
Yeah.
Chase?
You know I seen that shit, yeah.
Where
He
the
didn't get
boss-
that bonus. It was
The boss gives
$250.
him the boss gives him a free entry to the Jelly of the Year Club or something like
Oh
that.
yeah.
Jam of the Year. That's
Man, I thought he finna get paid. Yeah, I
that's
remember
a
that.
250. That's a 250K.
Yeah,
Hey man,
that do sound kind of impoverished, brother. Your brother, our decade long. I mean, not longer than a decade.
our
Yeah,
battle.
we trying to get to a big conference, and that brother get in for the 250.
they
250
give-
is loud. But yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
I'll take
number three,
the
man.
250. I'll take it.
yeah, I'll take it. But number 3, this came in literally as we found this out doing a commercial. PJ Carter, I don't know nothing about this brother, man, but the Tigers, Penny Hardaway, Coach Rick Stansberry, PJ Carter transferred from UTSA. Did this brother just get in the portal or something? Like, how are they just getting the guy right now?
According, and I had no clue this was happening, so I'm not going to sit here and act like I knew PJ Carter was on a target. But according to our friend, a friend of the program, Hitman Hoops, he reported that obviously Jason Munns reported it first, so let's give him credit on that. Jason reported PJ coming to Memphis first.
With the
Hitman,
big boy all caps breaking.
he had it. Our guy Hitman put some extra layer on top of it by saying, and this is a move, putting up a text from somebody saying, between us, Rick Stansberry, there's been talk about Stans going after guys that are already committed to other schools.
He was already committed to somebody?
To Rice University.
Damn.
But he hadn't gone on campus yet. And so I I mean, that's a move to put that text out there. It says between us, and now it's out there for 30K people to see.
Wait, what? What happened?
Hitman put out a tweet saying, with a screenshot of a text saying between us to him. I was like, okay.
Bro, I'm so glad that's not my lane, bro. Like, bro, I love my piece so much, but there's no way in the world I would be in that news breaking, especially in college basketball, bro. Huh?
I'm good on it.
But
no, so yeah, PJ Carter.
I keep that shit to myself, and yeah.
You talk to the bloodline.
Exactly.
PJ Carter he's coming in as a grad transfer. There is a possibility, Ant, that he could petition a waiver for the 2022 season. He only played 4 games, I think. So there's a potential for another year added onto it if he wants to request a waiver. He's coming in as a grad transfer. I think he averaged 9 points a game last year for UTSA. 6'5". I think he's like $150 soaking wet. But he's a 3-point shooter, shot 40% from the 3-point line. I'll be frank with you, dude. Like I said this on the Bluff that came out today or yesterday. If they were to add, and I said this before they added PJ Carter, if they were to add any other players, these guys are not going to be getting significant playing time. Like this is not PJ Carter is not a significant piece that is going to be expected to produce a lot, right?
But 10 points a game, he ain't a piece.
I don't think so. I genuinely don't think so.
You don't think he could convert to Memphis doing the same thing?
I think he could. But the big thing for him, the big thing for the Tigers getting a guy like him is if you could look at that roster and say, like, what is it that they need more than anything? They need depth at the wing, which is literally the case for every single basketball team in the world, it feels like at this point. But they need depth at the wing. Right now, it looks like Colby Rogers is going to be slotted to fill the starting role, the starting 3. Shot 48% from the 3-point line. Shot 7 threes a game, 8 threes a game.
That's correct.
Shot a lot. High usage, high volume. But like literally on the roster, there's not anybody else that fits that kind of mold of size of a wing, and PJ Carter fits that. So you're just adding depth to a roster that needed depth in that position. So
I'm gonna tell you something, man. Like I was excited about last year's team, right? I think this year's team will probably be better than last year's.
Yep.
But I don't know anything like just off of just initial. Oh, okay, what does he do? Oh,
Yep.
okay, cool. That's a good piece. Oh, we got Musa Cisse back. Oh, we got a big man. What does he do? Okay, we got a guard. Oh, okay. Penny's putting a nice team together. Like I don't know any of these dudes' names.
Yeah,
I never know their faces. If I came outside of Kroger and the U of M basketball team's on the parking lot, I think some cars about to get broken into. I wouldn't know who these dudes were.
Damn.
Like I don't know. I don't know anybody's face. Even the best kid that they picked up, the guard that came from in our conference, the freshman.
Yeah, PJ Haggerty. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know these guys at all. Like
Gabe Kuhn asked me this yesterday. He asked me, he said, kind of rank these finalized rosters of all the rosters that Penny has had in terms of preseason expectation, rank them. And I put this roster at number 4 out of the 7. I think, and we're talking preseason.
This one might make more basketball sense than any roster he's had.
And I think the way that it was the way that the question was asked was preseason expectation, preseason buzz. Obviously the 2019 with James Wiseman, Lester Quinones, Precious Achiuwa. 2022 with or 2021 with Imani Bates, Jalen Duren, Landers Nolly, DeAndre Williams, Lester Quinones.
That one might be number 1.
That one could be number 1 too, honestly. But then so you got those are as the top 2. I think last year's roster preseason was more hyped. Was the 3rd out of all of the 7 in terms of preseason hype. The final 2 that I put in place in terms of top 5 was the 22 season and this season.
What's 22?
But guess what? 22 was Kendrick Davis and DeAndre Williams.
That team was ass though. Like I mean, let me get what I'm trying to say. Like as far as like guys that can hoop, that team was ass. That team had 2 dudes that could play basketball.
And I would say that team was the most successful,
and which is crazy.
And
I'm not saying you're crazy. I'm just saying the fact that that's true is crazy.
And I think this season is lining up to be the exact same way.
Yep,
Because
I think it's more guys that can actually hoop in this team, though.
you got more guys that can hoop.
Yeah.
And I think one of the biggest things is they're all here right now.
Yep.
They're already here. Just like in 22, they're already here. They're all here. And so you've got, and all the reports that I'm hearing from inside the facility, bro, they are more advanced in terms of where they're at as a team right now than in any team with any team that Penny has ever had since he's been here.
And playing hard type shit.
Yep.
Yeah, man. Shout out to him. I'm down for it, bro. Maybe this team could be part of Ed Scott's $250,000 bonus. Man.
Let's go get them ACC, baby.
Hey, bro, if y'all seen the Tiger basketball team, man, y'all seen PJ Haggerty, bro.
PJ Haggerty, PJ Carter, Tyrese Hunter, Musa Cisse.
Let me in, man. It's your boy, man. Give me the 250, man.
It's your boy Ed Scott. Give him my 250.
Tell you what, man, if I get in, bro, I'm gonna give you half of it, man. I don't even know what half of 250 was it. 125, yeah, I give you 125,
man.
ACC, I'll throw you 125, man. I got a bonus.
Let's make it happen.
Would you rather get a $250,000 bonus or lunch with Jay-Z?
Give that 250.
You gotta get it to the. You gotta get it to the ACC. I knew that part, Jay-Z.
Yeah, boy.
I ain't need that advice, man.
Are you a fan of this is totally off topic. Are you a Trap Lord Ross fan?
Who?
Do you know Trap Lord Ross?
No.
The hip hop documentary and on YouTube?
No, I have no clue what you're talking about.
It's crazy. Dude's awesome. Anyway, he just did a whole thing about Jay-Z's mistress that died. And it's
dead, the one he killed.
He insinuated a lot, bro.
Yeah, I heard about it. Send it to me. I'm gonna look at it.
All right.
But yeah, man, we about to take this break. When we come back, man, the king of Memphis.
Yeah, boy.
Hunter Havoc, man. I'm excited for this interview, man. My boy been off the scene for a while, man. No telling what's gonna happen. My man Hunter Havoc making his return to Night on Wrestling on July 20th for the Wildcard Rumble coming up on July the 20th. It's gonna be a great interview, I'm sure. My man Hunter Havoc. We'll have that and more here on the Anthony Sain Show. See you guys in a minute.
The culture they're trying to build, they want high character guys that they trust in. And even if you're a 4 or 5 star guy, if you do something that
whatever it may be
brings your fit culture wise into question,
right,
they tend to cut ties with that person. And I think Peyton Joseph is an example of that. I don't know if Ryan is the type of coach that bends the knee or is willing to sacrifice any level of culture to bring a guy in, no matter sort of where they stand on the team. Now, some people could view that as a negative, right? Because there's been a lot of good coaches that have kept guys on because of their talent, even though they've made some questionable decisions.
Right.
But I tend to, I think it's a high character thing. And I think it just shows character within a football facility to not bend the knee to anybody, even if they're the most talented guy on campus.
Tune into On the Bluff with Christian Fowler and Gabe Kuhn every Tuesday at 12 p.m. on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
It was fun. It was fun to watch the first one.
It was entertaining.
Yeah.
Some of the things, I always say this, are some of the things that someone is doing now, can it translate to the role that they're going to play when they get with the rest of the basketball team? And it was nice to see guys be able to do some of those things. Most importantly in it all was just watching Zach Edey out there. And it was good to see him play. See him to play against Walker Kessler, a big that has played NBA minutes, still a young guy. He wasn't out there playing against another college guy, a guy that he could dominate who doesn't know the NBA game at all. It was nice to see him be solid against a guy who also has size and athleticism. And so it was. I thought it was a good first showing for the big fella.
Tune in to the Night Court podcast with your hosts, Rob Fisher and Brevin Knight, on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
All right, guys, welcome back to the Anthony Sain Show. Very few interviews that I get excited about, right? But the gentleman I have next to me is Hunter Havoc, the king of Memphis, Night on Wrestling. One of my favorite wrestlers. I ain't gonna lie, this is my favorite wrestler that I hadn't seen come through in a long time. And he joins us now. Hunter, what's going on, my brother?
What's going on, Anthony Sain? The biggest guest you've had on this show since the last time I was on the show.
Hey, brother, you probably ain't lying. You up there, man, for sure. You definitely one of my favorite guests to have on to the show. Hunter,
I'll tell you this.
Right?
I'll tell you this. Last time I was on your show, I went to a nice recording studio out there in Germantown, and we were recording in a studio.
Yeah.
And now I'm talking to you on Skype somewhere in Hickory Hill, and Kenny Stubberfield's driving Uber on the side. I guess that's what happened when you start hanging out with Kevin Cerrito. Things just go down for you.
I feel you, bro. We definitely those digs out of Germantown do not exist. I definitely have to. I got to give you that one, man. You got me on that one. But let me ask you a question, Hunter, brother. The last time we saw you, now you know I'm a shit talker too. Now the last time I saw you, you were on the wrong side. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna choose my words wisely, but you were on the wrong side of a victory with Bobby Ford, the current 901 wrestling champion. We have not seen you since then, my brother. This is over. Seems like about a year ago.
I don't even know who Bobby Ford is, so I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, well, let me ask you.
Year because I took some time off.
Okay,
that's it.
So explain the hiatus. What happened? Where have you been this entire time?
Just took a little time off, man. You know, had some stuff to do, some other endeavors, big time stuff, man. Took a little time off.
Yeah,
I saw the Memphis wrestling world is just boring without Big Havoc, the king of Memphis. I mean,
all right, so,
I'm sure you know.
Yeah, I'm with you. So, you know, I've started actually working for 901 Wrestling since then. That's one of the commentators with Kevin Cerrito, who not many of you guys seem to be a fan of.
Kevin Cerrito's a nerd.
I'm not the one to tell you anything different, man. I can't tell you.
You like to associate yourself with losers. I've noticed that about you, Sain. You always do.
Well, this is my question for you, man. Like you've been away for a while, right? And you said that, you know, things have changed. What are your, just go stay there for a minute. What's your honest opinion of the state of 901 wrestling now, or just Memphis wrestling in general?
I mean, the state of Memphis wrestling is the state it's always in when I'm in. It's the best wrestling in the country, in the world. With Big Havoc's on a roster, it is the best wrestling.
Okay, so why now though? Why are you coming back now? Like I said, you've been gone for a while, man. Like we thought you were gone.
You know, I'm back now, to be honest, because it's kind of personal, man.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. You announced the matchup Saturday. Andy Mack, the star of the show. Whenever I'm around, all I hear about Andy Mack, the star of the show. Like I said, will forever be the number one guy. Andy Mack will always be the number two guy. But Andy Mack has a lot of buzz, a lot of respect, a lot of everything coming from everybody about him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we wrestled before. It was the first time we've ever wrestled. I've been around him for a long time. And, you know, it's something I'm excited for. Really have been excited for any matchups lately. I don't know if you noticed, but run through everybody. It's simple.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty excited for this Andy Mack matchup.
Well, Hunter, I'm going to tell you something. And I had the same conversation you last time we interviewed. Something about you that has always fascinated me is that I've never seen you lose. The match you had with Bobby was the first time I ever saw you on the wrong side of a victory.
So, you keep bringing this up, and I have no idea what we're talking about.
Hey, but
what kind of wrestler's name is Bobby? It just sounds like a sissy name to me.
Hey, brother. I'm not here to judge that man's name. Like I said, he's a champion. But this is what I'm saying, though, Hunter. Like, how disrespected do you feel your legacy may be? Like I said, you're a guy who I've never seen you lose. Let's just say that I've never seen you lose, right? So where do you think the state of your legacy is in Hunter Havoc's career, and how do you think it should be viewed?
I think my legacy is submitted, the best ever, the king of Memphis. But I think I come Saturday, Black Lodge, Wildcard Rumble, and I beat Andy Mack, we're on a whole nother level. The number two and the number one guy of this generation are squaring off live.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I think that you two guys are definitely those dudes. Y'all have carried the last 5 or 6 years pre-pandemic, you know, with 901 Wrestling. You guys are the two faces for real. So all the way to the origins of 901 Wrestling. Yeah.
Andy Mack was on board when they started 901 Wrestling,
Mhm.
when I wanted to come and take over. When I was looking from the other side of town, like, I want to be a part of that. I want to go over there and see what those guys are doing. I want to come over there and beat everybody up, establishing his name and bringing that company up. So
Right.
it was definitely his company until I joined. Then it became
Yeah.
my company.
It seems like you have some. I mean, I know you talked a lot of trash about Andy, but it seems like you have some level of respect for him, that you do respect him and his craft and his abilities in the ring. Do you have any concerns about being away as long as you have, taking on Andy Mack, a guy who, even though he's got some kind of mental blocks he's been dealing with here lately, do you have any concerns with him in the ring at all? Especially considering your rust, considering you've been away for a while.
I'm always confident in my own abilities. There's not a man alive that can beat me. Havoc slam 1, 2, 3 for the win all the time, but I'll make sure I keep that chin extra tucked. There will be no super kick connecting on this $1 million chin right here, Anthony Sain. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
It's
And
not
you mentioned the Wildcard Rumble, right? An event that's honoring Devin the Wildcard, right? What does that mean to you? Like, you know what I mean? I know like that you're the king of Memphis, you're the toughest man. All those things are true, but this particular event, what does this particular event mean to you?
I mean, it's a great event, man. Devin was a great kid, a great young wrestler, and a great talent. And to honor him every year, it's an honor to be on the card. I was a part of the very first wild card and plan to be a part of every one that we have until then. So yeah, it's a near and dear event to anyone 901 wrestling or anyone that knew Devin as a person, as a man, and as a friend.
Well, Hunter, I appreciate you, brother. Again, this is going to be one of the biggest matches of the year. You know what I mean? You, like you said, the two faces of 901 Wrestling for the past 5, 6, 7 years or whatever, with you and Andy Mack. It's your return. We haven't seen you in a while. Just reiterate, give us a final shot of what we'll see at the Wild Card Rumble.
Big Havoc slam, 1, 2, 3. I guess you said you hang out with Cerrito now, so maybe let you come to the ring and raise my hand, and I won't slap you. I guess I'll let you raise my hand and you take a picture and look cool. So,
but please don't slap
y'all
me,
too. Yeah,
please don't slap me. Like we said, the Wild Card Rumble is July the 20th at 7 p.m. at the Black Lodge. I'm telling you, it's going to be an awesome event. Make sure you guys come check it out. The man, the legend himself, he said his legacy is cemented. He said his legacy is stamped. My man, Hunter Havoc, is going to be back in the ring. Brother, it was a pleasure to have you on with me, man, giving me this interview. Like I said, I apologize. We ain't in the digs we were in last time you came on, man.
That was a very nice studio, man. I like that.
Yeah,
man.
man.
I was the very first wrestler you had on the show.
That's also true. That's
the biggest numbers you've ever had.
Yep. That's also true. Well, this one's going to do numbers too, man, because we got the man Hunter Havoc. And you can see him again on July the 20th at 7 p.m. at Black Lodge. Make sure y'all come check it out. We're about to go take a break. When we come back, it's going to be more than Anthony Sain Show. We'll see you guys in a minute.
It was fun. It was fun to watch the first one.
It was entertaining.
Yeah.
Some of the things, I always say this, are some of the things that someone is doing now, can it translate to the role that they're going to play when they get with the rest of the basketball team? And it was nice to see guys be able to do some of those things. Most importantly in it all was just watching Zach Edey out there. And it was good to see him play, against Walker Kessler, a big that has played NBA minutes, still a young guy. He wasn't out there playing against another college guy, a guy that he could dominate who doesn't know the NBA game at all. It was nice to see him be solid against a guy who also has size and athleticism. And so it was. I thought it was a good first showing for the big fella.
Tune in to the Night Court podcast with your hosts, Rob Fisher and Brevin Knight, on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
I don't know, man. I really don't. Because last week I was very much team, all right, let's go get another big. Let's get another scoring wing. I still think, as our boy Anthony Sain says, we need to ditch some of these boneless wings because it's just dead money. You know, you got 18, 19 million tied up across Edey, Zaire, LaRavia. If you look at our core, right? Because when it comes to the playoff time, your lineup shrinks and you've probably got 8 or 9 guys that you run out there every night. I don't know that there's a better top 8 or 9 guys that we could find, like that's out there available in free agency. Exactly. Because like I don't know, we don't know exactly what we have because we've been so injury riddled these last couple of years. I mean, Luke, if we can stay healthy, we can run this back with a restructured Luke Kennard, and I think it's smart for both people that have like to stay for Luke to stay in Memphis, right? I think it's smart for the Grizzlies because we need the shooting. It's smart for Luke Kennard because, buddy, we're fixing to be on a championship run, and you can be a major contributor to that. That's it, man. Like,
tune into the Daily Grind with your host, Luke Hatmaker, every Monday through Friday at 7:30 a.m. live on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
All right, y'all. Welcome back to the After the Sain show. My man Hunter Havoc, great interview with him.
Man was on your ass, bro.
Hey, man, hey, bro, I can fight a little bit, but I can't fight that big mother. I mean, come on now.
I know, dude. He was talking. I was like, I mean, I could help you. Like, me and you could.
That's a big dude, man.
Could we take him? Me and you could probably take him.
Probably together we can get on his ass for real. We probably can.
Yeah.
Be on his ass to go. But yeah, you got to come check out. The Wildcard Rumble, man. July 20th. At the Black Lodge, 7 p.m. Get your tickets at 901wrestling.com. See me, Kevin Cerrito, on commentary. All the stars of 901 Wrestling. Oh, yeah, Kenny, just to tell you about the Wildcard Rumble, man. It's a over-the-top battle royal. 13 guys are going to participate. But the thing is, all belts are on the line. Like, if you win the Wildcard Rumble, you automatically get a shot at any championship of your choosing.
So it's like a Money in the Bank / wild card, or like a royal.
Ain't no like nothing, bro. We don't do nothing like nothing, man. You know what I'm saying? We just do what we do, man. You know what I'm saying?
What you do. I feel you.
But it's a pretty good event, man. Like I said, whoever wins over the top battle royal, they get a shot at whichever belt you want, whether that's the 901 championship, that's the 18-19 championship. And if you're a member of a tag team, you can get a shot at the tag team titles as well as part of that. And it's in memory of Devin Taylor, a young man who was a victim of a tragic accident at a lake a couple years ago. Basically, Devin didn't know how to swim, and people, it was a tragic accident. I'm not gonna put too much into it because it's still some investigations going on with it. But a tragic accident for him. And this is done in honor of him. He was a wrestler. He was a wrestler in 901 Wrestling. And the 901 Wrestling, this is one of the big things they do. It's the Wildcard Rumble. They do this in honor of him. It's a big event. Like I said, the winner gets a shot at any title they're choosing, including the tag team titles.
It's crazy.
For 901 Wrestling. But yeah, shout out to my man Hunter Havoc making this return. My man Andy Mack, man, who he's fighting. Andy got some little mental blocks going on, man. He had a match he lost via count out because he couldn't put the opponent away, man. He just left out. He walked out on the match, man. Didn't even finish the dude out. He had the dude done. He didn't even finish the match. So we got thoughts and prayers to my boy Andy Mack, man. He going through a little mental hurdle right now. Hunter Havoc wrong somebody you want to have a mental hurdle against.
You do not want to have a mental hurdle against Hunter Havoc.
But yeah, man, tap inside the same brain, man. We'll talk about something been on the brother mind, man. Man, shit high as hell out here, kid.
Yeah.
For real, man. Man, stuff is stupid high, bro. Like for real, stuff is stupid high, bro. I want to go get a freaking Red Bull today, right? Red Bull was $4.50, man. For a fucking Red Bull.
Yeah.
I was like, what the world, bro? I remember things like 2 for $4.50. That one was $4.50 for one. For a Red Bull. I said, bro, this shit crazy. Man, you go out to eat, man. Like, fast food be as much as restaurant food, bro.
Dude.
A combo of McDonald's, $10, $11. Like, man, what are we doing? Bro, this shit is extremely insane. The prices we pay for stuff. And there's like a little trend people are doing on social media now.
I've seen that. Yeah.
Where people are going on their grocery store apps, Instacart, all these type of things, Walmart, Kroger, whatever they're doing. And once you order something, you can say, order this again, right?
Right.
And people are going back to orders they made in 2020, 2021, 22, and trying to reorder those things. And they're 3 and 4 times more expensive than they were 2-3 years ago, bro. That is insane, bro. How is your grocery bill 3 times, 4 times as much as it was 2 or 3 years ago? But that is crazy. That is scary, bro. Price of milk, insane. Bro, man, everything's so goddamn high right now, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm slick terrified about this shit because I make enough money to do what I need to do me right.
Right.
But bro, it's literally to the point where like you could save money by going to the grocery store as opposed to going out to eat. That shit down there the same thing.
It's the same thing now. Yeah.
Hey, bro, we living in some weird times, bro, for sure. I don't know who needs to fix it. We were joking about, this whole who you voting for president type thing. I don't care about all that. Be honest with you, I probably ain't voting for nobody in this presidency, bro. I don't want none of that blood on my hands. Whichever fool y'all vote for, man, that's on y'all. But whatever it is, man, they ain't finna make stuff be cheaper. So, bro, this shit scary, bro. Gas prices going back up. It's hard out here, man. It's hard out here, bro.
It's definitely difficult, man. It's a tough time. It is. Things have gotten so much more expensive, man. It's unbelievable. And and what's crazy is haven't prices gone down just a little? Like inflation's gone down even over the last like 6 months to a year. And it's like it's still, huh?
What prices went down?
I couldn't tell you. All I know is they keep telling me that prices are going down.
Bro, when I paid $4.50 for that Red Bull, that shit hurt my heart. I said, God damn.
Yeah.
$4.50, bro.
It's the fast food stuff that is wild to me, right? Like I went and got some food for my son and my daughter a few weeks ago, and it was almost $20 for just like some pizza. You know what I'm saying? Like wild, like Little Caesar. Back in the day, I would scrape together $5 little, and now it's like to get $2 pizzas, it's like $8 a piece. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, man. We live in some wild ass times, bro. But I'm telling you, I don't know what you need to do, man. Sell grass or sell ass. I don't know what you need to do. just to make it out here, just to make it through out here, kid.
Just make it work.
Man, like my girl Glorilla said, man, keep your booty loose and your coochie tight, man. I don't
What's their statement that everybody likes so much at the end of the day?
Hey, the day gotta end, bro.
The day gotta end, right?
So do what you need to do, man. Hey, but y'all take it easy out here. The Grizzlies playing tonight in summer league action. I don't know what's going down. They playing against Philadelphia. We ain't had a chance to look at that joint that's going down right now. About to start off as we speak. Hopefully they'll get their win. Hopefully we get to see Zach Edey and Gigi Jackson and them. I doubt they playing tonight. Maybe we'll see.
I don't think
I doubt both of them playing tonight. We'll see. But for Kenny Stubblefield behind the glass, for my boy Parish Sharkey who had to roll out on us, for my man Hunter Havoc, man. Glad you back, my boy. You ain't finna be talking bad about my get up back up, man. You know,
man, hurt my feelings a little bit.
Hey, let me go behind the curtain a little bit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, don't do too much, bro. Don't talk bad about my virtual studio, bro. You know what I'm saying? Don't do too much, bro, for real. Don't do too much, man, for real. But yeah, man, killing the illusion.
Man said, last time I went to a nice studio, and now I'm on
a Skype call.
Now I'm on a Skype call. Like, damn. Hurt my heart a little bit, Hunter.
Hey, my man. Good to see him back, though, man. Hunter Havoc, the king of Memphis. Well, man, I tell you what, we better get up out of here, Kenny. We'll see you people on Friday for more of the Anthony Sain Show. And we about this job. We out.
Thank you for listening to the Anthony Sain Show. If you enjoyed this episode, leave a rating and a review wherever you download your podcasts. Also, like and subscribe to Bluff City Media's YouTube page. For comprehensive coverage of Memphis sports, head over to www.bluffcitymedia.co and find out how you can become an insider. We will see you back here next week.